Now, do you ever worry that when you're speaking English at work, you might be coming across as a little too direct in your tone, maybe even a little rude? Well, today I have 3 simple tips to help you make sure that you are communicating clearly without losing that professional warmth. Let's dive in. Now, the key to understanding how to really use the right tone when you're speaking in English really comes down to some cultural points. In many English-speaking workplaces, and especially here in the US, people value clarity, so they want you to say what you mean. And the big but here is that they also expect you to deliver that message politely. So empathy, emotional intelligence, some kind of warmth and humanity, those are all really, really important when you're communicating with other people. These aren't just soft skills, they're really career skills. So the real rule is this: direct message, soft delivery. I'm gonna say that again: direct message, soft delivery. Okay, starting off, my very first tip to sound direct in English without being rude: disagree with the idea and not the person. Because at work, we're going to disagree, right? Disagreements come up, it's unavoidable, and it's normal and natural. But how you disagree is what matters. Now, this reminds me of my very first job. I was working in Munich, in Germany, and I was working for a company in the healthcare field. And there was one day where we had a mix of Americans and Germans in the same meeting. The meeting was in English because we had Americans there. And some of my German colleagues in English would say things during the meeting like, you're wrong, or your idea won't work. And I just remember all of the Americans really kind of tensing up. There was a lot of tension in the room because my German colleagues were just disagreeing openly. But in English, that can sound a bit offensive. That can sound a little too direct. So what we want to do here is soften that message a little bit. We want to depersonalize the disagreement. So instead of saying things so directly like you're wrong or your idea won't work, here are a couple other options. I see your point, but I see things differently. I see your point, but I see things differently. And guys, if you're in a place where you can repeat these phrases out loud after I say them, that is the best way to learn. The more you can produce these words, produce the language yourself, the faster you'll master this. You could also say, I have a different perspective. I have a different perspective. Or frame it as a concern instead of disagreeing. Frame it as a concern. One concern I have here is, and then say what concerns you. One concern I have is that the timeline might be a little tight. One concern I have is that the timeline might be a little tight. You can also frame it as you're wondering about something. This is a little softer. I wonder if, so for example, I wonder if a white background might make the blue logo stand out better. I wonder if a white background might make the blue logo stand out better. I'm not sure that would work. I'm not sure that would work. This is also a good one to pretend you're not sure. Even if you are sure, even if you know that the other person is wrong and what they're saying isn't right, it's polite to just pretend you're not sure. It just softens the message. I'm not sure if that idea would work. All these phrases are really great because they make you sound thoughtful and collaborative instead of confrontational. And I should say too, you guys, this goes for verbal communication when you're speaking, but it also applies to written communication, like email, for example. So it's both written and spoken. And I'm curious to hear from you guys. When it comes to speaking English, do you find it hard to maintain a polite, soft tone? Tell me in the comments, write either yes or no. And if you're finding this video helpful so far, give me some feedback by hitting the like button. Tip number 2, to be direct in English without sounding rude, is to use modal verbs. Modal verbs are going to be your best friends for softening requests. Modal verbs are verbs like could, should, would, may, might, and they are essential in professional English. They turn commands into polite requests. Instead of, please review this document, even though you're saying please, that still comes off as a little too like a command or like a directive. and it's likely you could turn people off. So instead, use the modal verb could. Could you please review this document? Or would you mind taking a look at this? Would you mind taking a look at this? Commit that phrase to memory. Would you mind? That's a way of asking the person, would it be an inconvenience for you? In other words, you're really asking them, would it be okay? Would it be okay? And then we follow would you mind with a verb in the progressive tense. Would you mind taking a look at this? Would you mind reviewing this document? And you can also make your request even softer by adding some phrases such as when you have a chance. Would you mind reviewing this document when you have a chance? Or when you have a moment. That works too, when you have a moment, or if possible. Could you provide your feedback by the end of the day if possible? So these subtle, small additions really help you to sound more polite, more professional, more flexible, without sounding too demanding. And that brings us to my third and final tip today to be direct in English without sounding rude. Frame your ideas collaboratively. So what do I mean by that? Instead of sounding like you're telling somebody what to do, invite them into your idea. An easy way to do this is to use a question and add the word we. So question plus we. For example, instead of saying, this isn't the right strategy, try, what if we looked at this another way? What if we looked at this another way? So that's a question with the word we. What if we looked at this another way? Or could we consider a different direction? Could we consider a different direction? So here we have a question, a modal verb, plus the word we that is extra diplomatic. Maybe we could explore another option here. Maybe we could explore another option here. Would it make sense to adjust the strategy? Would it make sense to adjust the strategy? Here we don't have the word we, but it's still a nice collaborative question. Would it make sense to do something? Would it make sense to? What do you think about trying a new approach? What do you think about trying a new approach? That one's extra nice because you're asking the person what they think, so you're really asking them to collaborate with you. You're asking their opinion about it. So all of these phrases really shift your tone from directive to collaborative, which is key for building relationships and communication. All right, guys, I hope you found this video helpful, but let's not stop there because in this video right here, I've got 25 essential phrases that you'll need to use in your meetings to get your message across in a way that's direct without sounding rude as well. So go check that out. Thanks again for watching, you guys. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you in this video next.